Who killed Kathi Kennedy? A mother murdered while her children slept just feet away. Kathie Lee Goff was born on April 9, 1959, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to Delmer and Gladys Goff. Kathie had one sister, Diane. Kathie graduated from East Forsyth High School, where she was a popular student. She enjoyed dancing, playing softball, and attending the local Baptist church. She married her husband David Kennedy in 1985. They were said to be a loving couple. They both enjoyed watching Kansas City Chiefs games together. She loved to laugh and have a good time and joke around with people. She was a lot of fun to be around, said David in 1995. He would echo the same sentiment 30 years later. The couple had two daughters, Jordan and Taylor. Kathie doted on the girls. Later on, the girls would cherish the countless home movies that Kathie made of them all, laughing and giggling with her young daughters. That was her mission in life, to be a mother, said Kathie's own mother Gladys. On October 17, 1994, Kathie was watching her two girls by herself at the Springbrook Apartments in Kernersville, NC. Jordan was 4 years old, and Taylor was about 1. The family had only moved into the apartment 3 weeks before. The apartment was meant to be a temporary solution while the family built their dream home. The area was known to be safe. There hadn't been a single homicide in the quiet suburb that year. David was a few hours away at the Outer Banks fishing with some friends that night. Kathie was last seen at about 7 p.m. Early reports stated that 2 men, one white and one black, were seen outside Kathie's apartment at about 9 to 9:30. The adjacent neighbors were not home at the time, but others in the complex stated they heard screams around this time, yet no one called police. The girls were already in bed and did not witness any of the violence. Jordan would find Kathie in the night on the living room floor. She didn't understand why her mother wouldn't get up. The next morning, Kathie was supposed to take the girls to her mother's house. When she failed to arrive, Gladys tried calling but got no answer. She went to the apartment and found her daughter dead. I just remember her sitting down on the couch and just weeping and crying. Daughter Jordan said later, I was just standing there with her, just watching her, knowing something bad was happening, but not really knowing how to process it. Kathie had been strangled, beaten, and stabbed with her own steak knife 15 times. There was no sign of sexual assault or robbery. No sign of forced entry was found, and investigators believe Kathie likely had allowed the attacker into the apartment. The phone line had been cut. Investigators had some leads to start with. They were able to clear David of any involvement, as multiple people, including a hotel employee, confirmed that he was hours away at the time. David initially named some individuals he thought could have some motive, but seemingly nothing came of this. When the usual avenues of investigation failed to lead to anything, investigators grew frustrated. Despite frequent media publicity and a reward of $20,000, the case went cold. In 2001, it was reported that investigators tested a suspect's DNA in the case, but no arrest ever came. This was the first indication that investigators likely had some DNA evidence from the suspect. While officials haven't confirmed this officially, a retired detective has said they do have DNA. The veracity of this evidence is unknown. It is not clear what type of DNA evidence this would be. There was no sign of sexual assault. Did the offender injure himself? Do they have touch DNA? And if so, how strong is it? Can it be tested against databases? The family has gone on in this state of limbo for decades. Last October, a local news station aired an extensive segment on the family today. Both daughters have kids of their own now. Taylor has started to explain to her son that his grandmother is no longer with us. He said, "What happened to her?" And I said, "She's in heaven with Jesus. We don't have to worry about that. She's great. She's fine. She's happy." And he said, "But I love her. I haven't met her yet." And so that just broke my heart, because me neither, buddy. When a fire burnt down their family home, recently the family was relieved to find that Kathie's wedding photo and their precious home videos survived. Why kill Kathi Kennedy? There is seemingly no answer. I want to leave you with some powerful words from David to his wife's killer.